음악과 오디오를 즐기는 가이드 샘튜브 승려입니다. 매년 초 되면 손님들이 좀 오시죠. 오늘은 이 아날로그의 이제 거장이 되어가는 시코라의 로봇 사장님, 로봇 시코라 CEO를 모시고 시코라에 대해서 여러 가지 좀 여쭤보고 그런 시간을 마련했습니다. Hello, robots.
Hello.
I see you.
First of all, hello to everyone in Korea, to all the audiophiles, analog enthusiasts, and to all your followers. This is our first time in Korea, and I'm very, very proud to be here. I would like to thank to Mr. Han-Kyu Kim from GLV, our local distributor, and of course to thank you for the opportunity of talking to you about Sikora products to your followers.
Great. It's a Polish company.
Yes, it's based in Poland.
Yeah, many people already have come to know your brand name, and even some users are using your product already. So tell me about the Sikora. Who is the Sikora?
Okay, so let's start with the history of Sikora.
Yeah.
The Sikora is the name of the brand, and behind the J, there stands name Janusz. In Poland, we call it Janusz. This is my father's name. So Janusz Sikora is my dad, who has been the founder and the designer of most of the Sikora products that have been released so far. So the history of Sikora is actually history of my dad. So I will start yet before Sikora was launched, because in Poland in 80s and 70s there was a communism time, of course, and the most of audiophiles who were there active were part of a DIY sector. So my father came out from this DIY sector. Back then, during the 80s and earlier, he was manufacturing for him and for his friends different devices. In 90s, he started to manufacture tube amplifiers along with his Ukrainian friend Oleg Burdiak, and this is actually the start of Sikora in the wider perspective of viewers have met with the Sikora name was back then when the brand Burdiak and Sikora in 90s in Poland was released. So these were the tube amplifiers. But this business didn't last too long. Because of some reasons it didn't work out. Not because of the product itself. It was more like some business issue. But anyway, the moment that my father decided to build the first turntable in 2007 was already the moment that his name was well known in Poland. Because he was also doing audio gear in the past. So let's start now with the real start of the Sikora, which is Sikora turntables. So in 2007, my father decided, he was already then audiophile, of course, and he had some small metal machining business because he was also very interested and highly involved in metal machining and working with metals and different alloys. That was part of his education, and that was part of his daily routines and making money for living. So when he decided to buy first turntable for himself, it was in 2007, he chose the high-end product, was kind of expecting that this will be a level up into the digital that he's been listening to before. So he was quite surprised that actually it was kind of similar. Of course, there were differences, as we all know, between the sound of digital and analog, but there was nothing that magical in analog that he could have expected that it will be. So actually, he didn't discourage himself and decided to tear the device apart to learn about it. And then he realized that, well, that's okay. Maybe if I could do it my way, I can see some elements that might be improved. So back then there was nothing about, philosophy or thinking about creating Sikora brand and selling turntables to customers. It was only about building yourself turntable that you will be just happy with. So step by step, he started to work on his first turntable. And of course, he started to use materials that he knew perfectly. Because as you know, a turntable is this kind of device that, of course, there is some electronics there, and it is a part of sound, I mean, what does the controlling system does, but most of all, the housing, the chassis and everything, it's a part of the sound. You can tune the sound, you can shape the sound, you can create your sound by using different materials. So back then, he just decided to use materials that he knew, like I told you, because he was also interested in that, and they were part of his work. But at a point when he started to build it, he realized that different elements with different metals and different alloys create different sound effects. These are very subtle nuances, but everyone who is in high-end knows that. Why do we use, for example, some bronze elements instead of cast iron elements? I believe that even in the terms of imagining how this can affect sound is something that already we know. But to get into this, like I said, no one ever before, until today, also didn't write any manual of what materials shall we use in what proportions to achieve our sound. So going back to the point, he started to create his own turntable by using metals and alloys, and at some point he realized that also the layer construction allows him layers, of course, to cut off the resonances. It's one of the two key points of JC turntables. Which one is, to cut off the resonances by layers and different metals, and of course by the high mass of the turntable itself, which is a mass loader. So by going through layers, he realized that he could change these layers, he could use different materials. So his first turntable was completed soon after that. He was very happy with that. And some of his friends, of course, audiophiles, visited him. And they were shocked, especially when they compared this turntable to the one that he bought before. So they wanted this turntable for themselves too. So my father built few of them for them. And this is how the story started, At some point, of course, I was somewhere there at the back, listening to music through the walls. Also being a kid fascinated with what his father was doing. So I was just absorbing what I could see, what I could listen. And at some point, I decided to help my dad. I believe it was the moment when I realized that this is something really big. I mean, the effect that I could see, how it resonates with people and their reactions on this product. I decided, maybe just I should devote myself to at least try to create possibilities, to build my kind of legacy. It's also very personal when you have a family business and you get to that moment. So yes, in 2014, I believe it was the first audio show in Warsaw that we went together with my dad. And of course, it was the first time also that the first review was published in a Polish magazine. Since that moment to today, there are over 30 markets for Sikora. Countless numbers of awards, accolades, appreciations, and of course very strong position of high-end turntable manufacturer worldwide.
Okay, great. So every high-end, very famous high-end brand story is very similar. Start with the normal hi-fi gears and does not satisfy us with the existing products. So made by his own products, and it was a turntable in case of your father. And then give all of his inspiration into the products.
Exactly.
That make Sikora.
Yes.
Okay. And also, I need to tell you that you are very blessed and very lucky guy. Have that kind of great father.
I also see myself this way, and I'm really happy now because this is the reason we are sitting here together, and I can enjoy, meeting people all around the world who are fans of our work. Yesterday's event here when we were presenting the new turntable to the Korean clients of GLV and to the audience, it's a special moment for everyone. So I feel very proud of that.
Great. So after that, the audiophiles are welcoming, and you told me that the guys who firstly listened your first product was shocked. So many guys, when they hear at the show or any personal buying, first heard your product, they was very impressed. So the big market in the USA, we always tell the US market is the reference and the biggest market of hi-fi gears. And the stereophiles and the absolute sound, the famous journals are welcoming your products. Tell me about your product range and what kind of product you get some awarded in the United States magazines.
Our American distributor launched our brand in America, I believe it was in 2021. So back then he delivered to the magazines. He started with the Initial. Initial was the first one reviewed in a Stereophile magazine. And it was at the very beginning, it got A rating category. Herbert Reichert's review for Stereophile.
Yeah.
Later on, there was a moment when the American distributor decided to give also Standard Max and reference to the reviews. So Standard Max in 2022 was voted the product of the year of the Absolute Sound magazine.
Wow.
And the same year, we got another fantastic news that the reference, which was back then reviewed by Mr. Michael Fremer, that I think that everyone knows, was rated the A+. It's a significant achievement. I believe this is something, really exceptional. So, of course, with an A+ from Michael Fremer and Stereophile Product of the Year of Stereophile 2022 also came to us. Of course, later the tone arm itself, the KB12 tone arm was also rated with an A in a category of Stereophile magazine. And last year, 2025 is also very important because 1 year earlier we have released the Standard Max Supreme turntable. And this turntable was reviewed in 2025 by editor Ken Miklev. Yes, and it also was voted with A+ rate,
again.
Which was shock for us. To be honest, there are only few turntables across the world that have A+ from
rare.
Stereophile. Very, very few.
Yeah.
A is a significant achievement. So A+ is something like you wouldn't have expected something like that you will have two turntables in that class. And of course, we got the product of the year 2025 in Stereophile as well last year. So this is how it is in American market so far.
It's very natural when Michael Fremer gives A+. There is no way it should get us some product of the year. It's very natural thing. Okay.
Now I can think this way, but back then at the very beginning I was just proud that Michael Fremer would even touch my turntable or see it, notice it somewhere, and will be able to review that. Getting such a fantastic review for him was just unbelievable.
So you have awarded so many product of the year, 2 products of A+.
Yes.
And even the tone arms too.
Yeah, 2 products with A class and 2 products with A+, and 3 products of the year in America.
You are very proud of it.
Oh,
so-
definitely. Yes, I am.
Is there any you told about how your father, the founder, has composed your product? As far as I know, the secret of your product lies in some metal composition. It's very differentiated way of doing some platters and turntables. So could you tell about how your father designed the composition of the metal?
He started with actually this turntable. This is Standard Max. Standard Max, and it's quite easy to explain this philosophy on this product because here you can see these layers actually by your eyes. So even from the isolation system, which is consisting of the silicone, aluminum, ceramic, stainless steel, and also the screw, which is made of brass. So this is itself a multiple material component.
Basic,
which is only the isolation. Then we go to the 4 centimeter thick. It's a full aluminum block.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a full aluminum block. And here we have another isolation system. Another aluminum block.
Second layer?
Yes, 4 centimeters. And here the layers of the subplatter start.
Wow.
So in different turntables, we've been working on many compositions of these materials, So Standard Max Supreme's difference from this one also because of these materials that are used in different proportions. But here, looking at this Standard Max regular version of this turntable, we have stainless steel, aluminum, back again stainless steel, and also inside we have 2 copper separators.
Wow.
So this is at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
Different
layers
metals.
from different metals and materials. So I think that later on became a kind of Sikora signature, But when my father was building it from the very beginning, it was like it was only about let's try this, let's try this, and we will see what will happen.
Trial and
So
error.
working on first turntable, it just ended up like that by using different materials, different metals. But then when later he started to experiment with different materials, a bit different proportions, and also a bit of different approaches to some of the key elements of these turntables. But these are technical details. In general, all of these turntables also have the same controlling system, same bearing, and the same motors, which is very important because no matter on which level, you will have the characteristic Sikora sound and the same perfect rotation stability control offered. So this is also very important.
Yeah, great. That makes you told me that Sikora signature sound. Okay, it contributes a lot. Your father makes some trial and error of this, some experiment. Some of this metal mixed together, and finally the best composition your father found it.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just like, it's my father's vision. It was his intention to find his best sound. And I'm very proud that so many people appreciated this vision of sound, his perspective of that.
Okay, good. It's his first time to make an interview with the Sikora CEO. So today we only make a question and answer for the very fundamental thing we need to know about the Sikora. So next question is about a very personal question it may be. So there are so many high-end, I can see so many high-end brands who founded the brand and later his son or daughter work together with the founder. Father and son, father and daughter work together, and it makes some good things and very small, but in some cases not good things. So how do you feel about working together with your father as a still designer of the Sikora?
Yeah, it's like from the very beginning, in terms of the high-end itself, this aspect of me and my father working together, he was my guru. So it was not a problem. But we've been working earlier before, because we've been working in our company, which was this metal machining business together. So we've been doing different things. But at the point when Sikora starts, like I have said, I believe that I can fill the gaps that my father, maybe because of his age or different perspective of viewing things, may miss just. So it was like trying to help him and to complement him in what he's doing, trying to show his product to the world and try to represent the company. And actually at the very beginning the situation was like that. Of course, with the time, things changing, especially my dad today is retired. He's kind of still honorable person of our company. Yeah, but he also is very proud that I have achieved with my team, of course, because no one does it on your own. I have a wonderful people that I work with. One of these people is here with me. It's my friend and engineer, also Adam Niezbecki. He came with me here to Korea. And also I have a great team at the Sikora. We design new products together. Yeah. So going back to the moment when it was kind of evolving from my father's business to the business that I have more control, it was, I think, in a more natural way, because I could do the things that my dad wouldn't do anyway, because he was more focused on designing itself. Yep. That was his passion. And still today, if he would even, not be retired, he would love to rather lock himself in a small room, design, and then go to the showroom and listen for hours, not traveling and running the business itself. But anyway, yes, at some point, naturally, some new areas of the business have showed up that, of course, I could do it in some better way than my dad. But of course, in terms of designing it also, there's a nice coda to this story, because the product that we came here to Korea with and we are now premiering, which is our now bestseller and the hit, the Aspire entry level. This is actually the first design that was designed under me and my friend Adam's conduction, and with our team actually. Without our dad, we are of course, sure that we must remain faithful to every key aspect of his philosophy. We want to continue his legacy, and this is kind of, closing the family of Sikora turntables with this one. And it was very important that this Aspire would be also very faithful to Sikora values that my father was so devoted to. So, to be honest, I remember about it was 10 years ago when some distributors were already asking at that point back then that maybe you can offer something less expensive than the initial, which was back then our entry line. And I told it to my dad that maybe he should try to think of it. He said, no, it is impossible. It is impossible because otherwise we will lose something, you know. It will not be good enough because it's impossible to reduce the cost. But, you know, we've been asked so frequently about this question if we're gonna release the new entry level because with Sikora being more and more recognized, many people wanted to hear it. New dealers wanted to have this product. So, like I have said, there was a need of the market for the new entry level. And I just said to myself, okay, my dad told me many years ago that maybe this is impossible to build a perfect turntable in the lower price range. But okay, we have developed so much in terms of company. It grew. We have new machines, new CNC machines. We have new people. We have everything. We can do new calculations and we can try. So I started to work on this project with Adam about 2 years ago. We ended up at the beginning of last year and released it in the middle of 2025. And it's now our best-selling turntable, very big success.
And also
what else can I say? It's now being reviewed also by Stéréopail. The review will be published probably February this year, 2026. So also about this turntable, there will be a lot of publications, and I believe you will be able to listen in every part of the world very soon. But for me, to end up this story would be the best way is that my father came to me after this and told me that I'm so proud of you and
Great.
you did it. And actually, it wasn't his fault. He really believed that some things, may be too hard. So this is where sometimes a different approach, different look, maybe a bit more modern, it's hard to say, from different perspective by other person, opening up for new things may help. So for me, the best way is that I can not only continue the legacy of my dad, but also that he's proud that I am doing that this way. So it's I think, yes, I can consider myself as a lucky guy.
You told a lot. So Aspire is for your information, it's the brand new product. And
it's a brand new product. It's entry-level brand new product, which is faithful to all the key aspects of the philosophy of J. Sikora.
Your father, Janus Sikora, is proud of you, and you proud of this aspiration new product. Actually, it's below 10,000.
Yes,
10,000 euro.
It was very important because, like I said, there was a need on the market for this product. But I also discussed with my distributors on what level should we working on. Because working on a very expensive turntable with cost no object and no compromising, it's very easy. When you have materials, when you have people, when you have machines, but building entry level, with the same
legacy of your
yes,
product.
Exactly. This was hard because
difficult.
we must have been compromising some things, but final result, sonical result, and also the feedback, because we have a huge positive feedback on this one. It's a great reward for our hard work on that.
Sure, of course. Okay, maybe the watchers could understand now about J. Sikora and how it was moved about 20 years, almost. 20 years of history in a short word of your nice explanation. They can understand about J. Sikora and the product ranges. So the founder, your father, Janus Sikora, made a company and make us some inspiration on the products. And now I feel you are a very stylish guy and move forward to the new trend of high-end audio culture, something like that. So J. Sikora's future is on your shoulder. So
yes, it is there.
Yeah.
And I hope I will be able, to manage and to carry that weight.
I can expect it's very good. Soon you'll make the more products and also get more awards everywhere on the earth. Very impressive. We get to know about the J. Sikora.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and have us together for the interviews.
Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you to your followers. And I'm looking forward to come back to Korea soon, maybe in summer. It's a bit cold now, but anyway, it's a beautiful country. And hospitality of Korean people is just amazing. I already love this country.
Expecting good news of the new product of J. Sikora for the future.
Oh yes, you will get them for sure. One of them will be quite soon, I believe, maybe yet this year, but we will meet after its release and I will tell you then about it.
Next time.
Next time, yes.
Okay. Have a nice trip, and it's a very snowy and cold day here, and have a nice trip to Taiwan and Poland too.
Yes. Tomorrow we fly to Taiwan for more events with the Aspire and then go back to Poland.
Thank you for your interview, and
Thank you so much.
see you soon in next time.
Thank you and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Farewell, Angelina, the bells of the crown are being stolen by bandits. I must follow the sound. The triangle tingles and the trumpets play slow. But farewell, Angelina, the sky is on fire and I must go. There's no need for anger, there's no need for blame. There's nothing to prove, everything's still the same. Just a table standing empty by the edge of the sea means farewell, Angelina. The sky is trembling and I must leave.
I went down to Houston, I stopped in San Antonio. I passed up the station for the bus. Was trying to find me something, but it wasn't sure just what. Man, I ended up with pockets full of dust. So I went on to Cleveland, ended up insane. I bought a borrowed suit and learned to dance. And I was spending money like the way it likes to rain. Lord, I ended up with pockets full of cane.